Patricia, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. Sorry. Hello?
I can hear you still.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let me see what's going on with my screen due to the fact that I cannot see anything.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I had all this worked out earlier. What's going on? Can you see my screen, Patricia?
I sure can.
You can or cannot?
I can.
You can. Okay, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So it's not.
Just don't breathe anymore. Don't breathe anymore.
I know. I tell you, it's been one of those. So as long as you can see it, we're ready to go. And as soon as anybody else gets on there, we'll get started.
Okay.
And I know that people's time is valuable.
Yes, and I know Andrea said that she would be on. She's excited about it. And I don't know if she realized that it had been, was it Andrea? Wait a minute. I think it's her. But I did send her a message that the time had changed to, no, it's Gina, to 1 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And I do apologize. I have an event that I need to be at by 3, and between last night with my losing my internet for 6 hours, then I was up working on this, then my power went out, and so it's like, are you kidding me? So anyway, and so the time frame, and I have to apologize to everyone because I need to be there at 3 o'clock, so I need to leave here at 2, a little after 2 to get there.
But that's good. And I want to ask you one question. Sure. This is being recorded, as I can see.
Yes.
How do they access these recordings?
Well, I believe we have to put that link, and Diana had asked me about putting that link on there. I'll figure that part out to put the link. Now, it gave me an option to have it automatically record and download on my computer, so that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to work on getting it out there.
Okay, that's good.
Absolutely.
Some people might not be able to make it, because it's Saturday and all of that,
Okay. It is 1 o'clock or a little after 1. We'll give them a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. And this is, I would say, a part 1 because what needs to be said and explained, really can't be in more than one, in my opinion. Taking 30 minutes of individuals' time on a Saturday afternoon is plenty. And so what I'm going to offer is that those who may want to know more of something they're curious about, or if they go back and listen to this and they don't quite understand, they're more than welcome to, inbox me, reach out to me in whatever manner. And again, I don't claim to know it all, but if I don't know the answer, I will find that answer out and get back to individuals in reference to it.
That's good. Okay.
Okay. So I'm not really sure how many people we have on. We got a few more on, I think. Hello, who all is there?
I see Marty and Sean and Muriel.
Texas.
All right. Hello, everyone. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. For those of you that do not know me, you've heard my name, Jacqueline Briggs, and I'm out of St. Petersburg, Florida. So I want to welcome everyone, and I want to thank Diana Townsend for the opportunity to talk to you all today about the market cap, coin market cap. So I want to start at the top here in reference to the cryptocurrencies, and that's the number of them. And as you can see, they're almost 2,100. A lot of them won't make it. We have the pleasure and the opportunity to have, I'm going to call it a lineage of leaders, that can give us some good information. And of course, they don't claim, and we all know not to be financial advisors or whatever. Take it and research it for yourself to find out if that's a platform that you want to invest in. I'm not going to click in there because I've been having some issues. And so when I was clicking in there, it was causing my screen to freeze. So, but by all means, you know, when you get an opportunity to go in there, if you have not, by all means, go in there and check it out. The markets, that's the number of markets that there are. Quite a few. Okay, the same thing with that one. And then the market cap. Okay, 206 billion, 529 million, 746, 849. Okay, and as we know, that fluctuates, and what that is, you know, and that's the volume of what the as far as the coins being traded out there right now. And then over here, this is the 24-hour volume. So within the last 24 hours, this is the amount of money that's gone, that's flown through, has flown through, you know, the industry. And then the BTC, the dominance. Now that is, that we really, for Bitcoin, that's great, but for the altcoins, you really want to see that lower. And what that means is that the altcoins, you know, you will find that once the price on those altcoins start to rise, that dominance will lower. So be on the lookout, you know, for that, because that is what happens in reference to that. And a lot of the altcoins we know, you know, are going to rise. And so over here we have, give me 1 second here. Okay, the name of our coins, and we know about Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the top two, and then the XRP, those coins in that respect. So the global chart, so Bitcoin dominance, like I said, and a definition of that big BTC dominance is the index that compares the market cap of, like I said, Bitcoin with the overall market of all the other crypto coins. So keep that in mind as well. Up here, let's talk about the ranks. And so I'm gonna tell you that education that we get definitely is key. I'm about finished with my my last my third one, the advanced one. So I'll be finishing that up soon. So the market cap, the top 100, you got market cap 100 coins. Now there is a difference between coins and tokens. And so those of you that have been through your education piece in the back, you know what that is. So if we click on, let's click on the top 100 coins, okay? And here they come up, they're there. Now you may, let me scroll down, and I'm gonna let you see what all is there. Let's see, I'm having a little trouble with my computer, come on. Oh, it did, it froze. Okay, there it goes. But my whole point to this is that as I scroll down here, there may be one that you have on your watch list that you may not see, okay? We'll scroll down and keep looking there. Now, and the reason you may not see it is because it's a token, okay? So let's click in here and let's go to the top 100 tokens. Okay, and we know, and the difference between it is that the coin itself, what I call stands alone, and the token is built on a platform. And many of the platform, Ethereum is used for the platform. And as you can see that it says it right there as far as the platform and the platform that those particular coins are on. And so they're considered a token because of that. And Ethereum has a lot of, you see Tether is on Omni. Okay, so that's the difference between that. Let's go to, so you have Omni, Neo, and Ardor. Those are ones that the coins ride on, basically. They've hopped aboard, so to speak. Okay, and then the different exchanges and the adjusted volume. We're not going to cover that today because I want to move on to get to some things that I think is more valuable for you all. And one of them is this one here, the gainers and then the losers. Okay, so that's an interesting one to click on and be mindful of, because you can see what coins are performing well and what coins are not. And again, from that, and yes, we have, you know, Diana and Brandon and others, you know, talking to us about, you know, the different coins and the suggestions. But in here, if you go in there and you see something that you, oh, wow, you know, that's got a lot of volume, or that had, you know, the percentage that increased, like this one up here, 307.60%. But be cautious about that, because there's a thing called pump and dump, and a lot of them, they'll build those coins up. And like I say, again, that's the beauty of the education that we're getting, you know, from KGX in the back office, is that you'll learn about that, to where there's, you know, people out there, pump and dump gurus, I call them, who'll pump some stuff, money and stuff in there, and then at a certain time they'll like snatch the rug out from under you because it's really, you know, not a good coin or whatever. But there's the percentage in reference to that, the volume and the percentage of it. Okay, the ones that gained and the ones that lost. And so I'm looking on here to see some of the coins that I recently purchased in reference to the percentage and where it's at. And that's what you could do for yours as well. Now down below, you got some of the biggest losers. And some of these we probably have not even heard of or even aware of, because, you know, from my education and experience and listening to, you know, some of the different videos and different people that I've talked to, you know, stay within the top 20 to 50, you know, but we may have I call it a 411 in reference to a coin that we may invest in. And so that's different though. Okay, so by all means, but before you do anything as far as investing, do your own diligence on it. Go in there. Okay, so that's the biggest loser. So we'll go, and I'm gonna, before I say that, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So this is what I was point that I was getting ready to get to. So let's take, for example, let's see, let's go into actually go into one. Let's go back to market cap.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to, I want to go all the way down. I don't want to be in the top here. I want to go down below, and my computer's not wanting to run with me here. Okay. Okay, well, let's go down here to number 32. So let's click into this one. Well, it left me. Where'd it go? So we'll click into that, Zaquilla. Okay, and over here on the left-hand side here, right here, this area right here is where you want to be when you're doing your due diligence in reference to a particular coin and what the platform is about and what the use case is about. And you click into the website, and when you click into the website, that's where it should have video. I'm hoping my screen does not freeze up on me when I do this, but we're going to go ahead and go in there. Okay, so here's the information right here. So you want to find out, you know, about the coin, and DApps, that stands for decentralization app. So you got the resources, you have the home, and a couple of things. You want to find out what the white paper is, what the team is about, and the leaders that are running that particular platform. And then once you read about that, follow up on it to find out if that's does that particular use, I call it, does that make sense? You know, does it make sense, what it is that they're wanting to do, you know, with the coin that they've put out there? Okay, so I should have stayed away from that. I'm not sure why I'm having this problem. Okay, get back. Okay. Sorry, folks. Oh, that's not what we want. Let's get back to there. Okay, so my point to that was to, when you see those coins like that, to go in there and do your own due diligence. But also let's see if we can get back here. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, we'll get it loaded. Okay. But you also saw over there on there where the message board was at. You can check into that because that's like a little community talking about that particular coin. And you can get in there and ask a few questions. You can kind of see what's going on and what they have to say about their experience, you know, with that coin. Okay, so let's move on and go into the next section, the tools section. So there's a couple of sections here that I want to highlight. I'll wrap up with at the end, but I want to go through here right now and talk about the global charts. And when you get to that, what that's going to do, it's going to show us some graphs of where the different, the market capitalization is at for the different coins. And if you hover over here, you can see where it talks about the market cap, and then it talks about the volume of each one. And again, you see up at the top, total capitalization, that's the total. But then as you come down, this is the total market capitalization excluding Bitcoin. And again, that's where the dominance percentage that you saw at the top would come in at, again, here we go. Percentage of total market cap dominance, and that's including Bitcoin. Okay. So the next area I want to cover is the historical snapshot. What that is, and it gives you an idea of where the coin had come from, the highs and the lows. Okay, the highs and lows prior to now, prior to you, prior to me, you know, getting involved with cryptocurrency. And so if you click on that, I'm not going to click in there, but if you click on it, what it'll do, you'll have the day, the months and days. And so you'll be able to click in there and go back to January and find out where Bitcoin was trending in January. And then, you know, say in July, you know, 3 months later to find out how we got where we're at now in reference to the price of Bitcoin and the way that it's been kind of going up and down, whether it's the diversion or curve version of it, or whether it's going sideways. And right now, I call it sideways and stable, kind of the same thing. It's not really moving up or down. Okay. So, but definitely get in there to kind of trend. And then that helps, that will help you, I believe, in the future as well, to kind of see where we've been and where we're going. Part of the lesson is, I know, has to do with trend analysis. And that's the advanced part. Now, once you get to doing some trend analysis and be able to take a look at graphs and know where the market is going, that's when you'll be really on top of things in reference to, I believe day traders use that a lot. That's what that's about. And the day traders use that. I know Diana talked about, you know, the day trading, and we'll get around to that where she or Brandon will talk to us more about that. There is a currency converter calculator on here as well. So if you want to click in there and find out about converting some things. Now this crypto glossary, I do want to talk about that. I want to talk about that, the watch list, and one other thing before we wrap up. Now this glossary here, I'm not sure where everybody's at in reference to their training or their education in the back, but it has really some really good definitions back here that I think is important, if you haven't quite gotten through all the training yet, to kind of come back here and keep an eye on and take a look at the algorithm, the ATH, which is all-time high, ATL, the all-time low, the blockchain. And then Bollinger Band, that definition is in here as well. And there's another place that Bollinger Band is as well, and that is in our training. Okay, now that in itself, when I was reading about that, because I hadn't heard about that, but the trend analysis, I was familiar, you know, with that, the RSI, the MACD, you know, those are terminologies for when you're on that graph and you're trying to read it to find out what it's doing, like RSI is relative strength index. Okay, and the Bollinger Band, I really liked what I saw. I like that because it can give you an idea of whether to exit the market or whether to enter the market. And then the buy wall is in here. Centralized is in here as well. CPU, the circulating supply, as far as the coins, cold storage, cold wallets, but just a whole lot of different ones that are in here. Like I said, if you have not had a chance to get through your trainings as of yet, some of these definitions will help you out so that when you get there, you'll be like, oh, that's what that is. Okay, and then there are a couple of ones that Diana had talked about, I know, before on the call, and that's the FOMO, fear of missing out, and also FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So those are some words and definitions that you'll hear about as well. Some other key ones: proof of stake, proof of work. It's important to know what those are as well. Smart contracts, definitely. Total supply, and then the whales. The whales. And so in knowing that, the whales, they consider as far as the institutions, the banks, you know, and then what they're doing is it's being said that they're keeping the market down low so they can spend their billions of dollars to get into market, you know, to buy low. Okay, so that's what's going on there. And then the white paper. So those are some definitions that I wanted to share, you know, just overall to get in there, take a look at them and read about it prior to or along with getting into your courses, because I know for me that it has helped me along the way to know the definitions. I'm the type of person where if there's an acronym, I'm like, what's that mean? I got to know what that stands for. So that's just the type of person I am. So I dig in there and I look and I watch. So the watch list, let's click in the watch list. And I've got some things back here that I'm watching, and like I was saying the other day, for those of you that were on the call, the watch list, and what I feel it helps me do is the ones that I'm already looking at. This is a quick snapshot. I don't have to go all the way through all of them to see. I can come right back here and see what's doing what. Okay, see which ones are up, see which ones are trending down, and then go from there. And there's several ones that I personally have read about and heard about that I am, you know, trading, that I have invested in. Okay, so let's see where the other one is. We have let's go to services. Okay, the advertising, no, that's something different. You can click in there and find out. I'm not even going to talk about that, but one that I did find interesting was this events calendar. Okay, and the event that is coming up in well, the ones that Brandon and Diana have talked about, it's actually back here. So this way you can go in there and see what events are coming up. They're all over the world. If you haven't been in there to take a look to see, you know, by all means, please do. The one that's going to be in California, that's there. But there's one that I found also in here that's going to be in Miami in January. So I personally am interested in attending that one. Okay. Let's see. And the hardware wallets, let's see, there's something in here and it talks about keep your crypto safe. And I know in the course it talks about that too, as far as the cold storage wallet and which ones to use. And so that we all know that that is, you know, we have to make sure, you know, that the cold storage wallet that you use, you have to make sure that that particular coin that you have, that hardware wallet does support it. And that's very important, that wallet supports that before you go and move it in there, because if not, you will lose it. Okay, so two other things I want to cover before we get off of here.
Excuse me, sir.
Just to let you know, as far as, let's go back to market cap. And there's one last cool thing that I kind of want to end it. Well, I think it's kind of cool anyway.
So I'm continuing, and it's telling me to enter the receiver's name.
Okay, who's this up in the window? Let me minimize that. Don't know who that is. Okay, I had to minimize that. I'm sorry. Okay, the market, I want to, right here, just want you to focus on this, and I want you to just hear me out, and we're about done here. Now, as far as the circulation, okay, you can see the volume, market cap, price.
Select previous.
Okay, change in volume. That means within the last 24 hours, Bitcoin, you know, has gone 0.16% up. Okay. Now, the circulation, in order to get some of these numbers, I'm going to tell you. If you divide the market cap by the circulation,
$5.
that's where the price comes from. Okay, just FYI, just giving you a little information in reference to that as far as these numbers and how they've been arrived at. And if you multiply the circulation by the price, then you get the market capitalization. Just FYI in reference to that. And the volume, okay, the volume is how much of the coins are being traded on the exchange. And you want to make sure, even when you're out, when you're looking for yourself, what I was talking about earlier, if you go back there and decide to invest in something, you know, you want to make sure that you're trading the coins that you're trading to have a sufficient volume. Okay. So one last thing here, up in the corner here. I thought I minimized that. Give me 1 second. Okay, I cannot. Okay, here we go. I got to get back to it first. Okay, right up here in this corner, right here. When you click on that, you see where it says day-night mode. If you click on it, it goes to night mode. So there may be a time to where at night there's a lot of light or whatever. You may want to darken it or whatever. Okay, so I thought that was an interesting feature that the site does offer. So that's all I have. Like I said, it's part one. There's some other information that I would love to share. We could do a part two. Those of you that may have any other questions about anything, please do inbox me. You know, put it on the page, you know, for me to get a hold of you, and I don't have a problem, you know, talking to you about it. So again, I appreciate everyone's time, and thank you so much. And until next time, bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is the same like what's on our back office at KGX, correct?
I'm sorry?
I said this is what's in our back office with KGX, the training?
I'm sorry, is that you talking, Marty?
Yes, this is the same that's on the back office in KGX?
What, the market cap?
Yes.
Yeah, the market cap is the market cap. It's not in our back office that I'm aware of. It's on just coinmarketcap.com.
No, but I'm talking about the training. This is in the KGX training.
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am, it is. There's CoinMarketCap in one of the videos in the back. Yes.
Right, in the intermittent, I think I said the second training modules.
Okay, or in the intermediate?
Right, I think it was at the...
Okay, yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
Awesome job, Jacqueline.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And listen, I look forward to, you know, helping anybody out that I can. That's what I'm here for. I know when Damon Crumpendina talked about this yesterday on her Facebook Live as far as serving, you know, the people. And I've always felt that way, you know, even in my job that I worked 22 years in retail, you know, it's about the people, you know.
Right.
So whatever I can do to help. I'm sorry.
I wanted to chime in and do this and say the same, Jacqueline. Thank you so much for your leadership. This overview has been super helpful. I can't wait to share it with, you know, with my team.
Okay, you're so welcome. And that's what I'm here to help anybody with anything. Like I said, if you got any other questions about anything else, reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to set up a time to talk.
Jacqueline, you did an excellent job. It was very clear. The visual was great. Thank you.
Jacqueline, can I just ask you one question?
Sure.
And it's basically a yes or no answer. I've been experiencing problems with my back office. I haven't been able to get to the training videos. Has anybody else had that same issue?
The answer is yes to that, because yesterday
Okay.
my business partner, when he went to get on, and myself too, and even like at 12:30 last night, when my internet did come back up, I could not get on. And then I remembered that he had told me that he wasn't able to get in there. So yes, ma'am. And then he did send in an email to Chris Hanks, and he CC'd Brandon on it in reference to that. I know that happened one time before too, and I had emailed and did the same thing. And so they worked on it, and then they got it up and going. So I don't know whether they've responded to him or not. But
Well, I did send a ticket, and they did last night, and they did say they were going to, I saw it this morning, their response, and I did respond back to them as of 8:30 this morning, and even still now, because I've been checking back and forth, still not up yet, because I'm trying to get into finishing my training, you know what I'm saying, to get on and start the intermediate so that I can keep moving.
Absolutely.
And Brandon knows, because I asked him for the email address, because I didn't know what it was to support, so, and I didn't see it on the
site.
website. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Same with me. I've got a few more to go and I'll be done. And so when that happened last night, you know, it was like, oh, but like I said, and I do apologize as far as the time, but you know, having technical difficulties, and then I didn't have internet for like 6 hours last night, and it was driving me crazy. And then I thought, Jacqueline, take a deep breath, and this too shall pass. So,
Jacqueline,
yes.
if I might just kind of let you guys know, I was on the GreenX call yesterday, and they did mention something about we're going to get a new website, so they may be doing some updating. The reason why.
Oh yeah, they did say that. I was on there too. They
Yeah.
did say that. Yeah, that's probably what's going on.
Okay, and I got in on the last part of that. I was at work, and when I got home, but I got in on what I could. So definitely. Now, you know, there is, as far as I know, they're having the training at 3:00 today. And I can't be on there, but I'll catch the broadcast, because I told you I have that event at 3:00. So, but that is just a reminder in reference to that.
Yes, ma'am.
The training.
The one we invite people on, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's either with Chris or Brandon. I'm not sure which one, but
That's the fast start. It's the fast start training.
Yes. So, okay. All right, ladies, thank you so very much for your attention, questions, and conversation. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jacqueline.
Thanks. All right. Bye now.